we are going to cook the Moghrabieh. Moghrabieh is a kind of couscous. It's a Lebanese couscous. It's different than the Moroccan couscous. It's bigger in size. It comes dry like that. Usually in Lebanon it's fresh. It's you cook it directly, but here in Canada we don't find it fresh. So we cook it as if it's a pasta, spaghetti. You cook it in boiling water for 10 minutes until it's well done. The Lebanese Moghrabieh is cooked usually with chicken. With chicken, when you cook it, it's a little bit critical. You have to take care. First of all, every surface that touches the chicken should be cleaned, and then you spray it with either white vinegar or bleach to get rid of all the bacteria. I cook it first in cold water. I put it in cold water, never in hot water. I add to it onion to get rid of the taste, to give it a good taste, bay leaves, and it's up to you if you want the peel of a lemon or cloves, whole cloves like that. And then you cook the chicken. Then you strain the chicken. I'll show you how to strain it later on. The chicken broth should be always like boiling before we use it. I'll take off the chicken pieces. You don't need that much of chicken, but because I need it to cook it another way. That's why I have so much. Now you strain the broth. You can see the onion, the bay leaves, a whole clove. It's up to you. You can use, like, if you don't have cloves, you can use lemon peel. You can use cinnamon sticks, just to give it a taste to the broth. Now in another pot, you fry onions. 3 onions. I have 3 onions in big chunks until golden brown. You add to it the chicken broth that we strained. Be careful, it's very hot. Because we need all the broth to cook the Moghrabieh. The couscous is from Morocco, but Moghrabieh in Arabic is as if someone coming from Morocco, so it's called Moghrabieh. I think that's enough for the broth that we need for the Moghrabieh. We'll add 2 cups of chickpeas. That's why last time I told you, if you bring the dry chickpeas, you soak it in water overnight, and then the next day you'll just boil it with baking soda, just a small like half a teaspoon of baking soda. You'll get a big pot of chickpeas, and it's cheaper than the cans one. But if you don't have the time, it's okay, you can use the can. Now with the Moghrabieh, because it's so plain, there's no taste in it, we add so much flavors to it. I have here 7 spices. I have caraway and salt. I let it boil. I prepare now the مغربيه. In the same pot that I cooked the مغربيه, I strain it. I have some oil and I cook the مغربيه in it. For 1 minute or 2 minutes, just to get some oil so it doesn't taste like boiled مغربيه. I have the broth here. I start by adding like 2 ladles of the broth, the onions and the chickpeas to the مغربيه. You don't add the whole thing together like all the broth. It will be like a paste. It will not stay like that, and it's all the time on high heat because we need the مغربيه to absorb all the broth with the onions, chickpeas, the spices, the salt. You have to stir it all the time so it will be cooked. When you find that it almost absorbed all the broth, you add a little bit more. Smells so nice. You have to stir it all the time. You can try it to check if it's well cooked or not. It's almost done, but I like to add more onions and chickpeas. It will give a taste. And if you have left overs like from the broth, you can like add it to your plate whenever you are eating. It's very good. It's like a sauce added to your food. This is I have more left of the broth. I put it in a container in the freezer for another use. That's how you can do your broth. As I cook the chicken in water to get the broth, I like to give it a color. So I put some oil here. Add the same spices that I used to مغربيه. will give it a nice taste. When you eat, it's the same spices. Just to get it like brownish, golden color. This is the Moghrabieh with the chicken on top. And if you have more sauce, you can just add it like while eating. If someone wants more sauce, he can add it to his plate. And صحتين.